Being fast is overrated. Gotta take your time, shit. Gotta take your time for shit. Sometimes it's tempting to go quick, but not trying to win a race. Do the people that sell expensive plastic also sell expensive paint? Most definitely. Most definitely, Rainbow. You're starting to get the business model. Luckily, there's a lot of different brands out there for hobby painting, though. I rarely use the Games Workshop stuff, at least the regular acrylics. But this paint I'm using actually is from Games Workshop. I mixed them in. Some of them are excellent. I mean, they do make a good product. Like, the stuff is kind of pricey, but they do create nice stuff, you know? What's going on, Tunip? I most definitely do Warhammer, yes. Good, good, good. Yo, the symbol, 72 months. Woo! Thank you. Long time. Most paints I use are from the Army Painter. I love the Phonetic line. I think it's very good. Although then again, I'm by no means an expert. But the new Vallejo game color is supposed to be amazing. Too Thin Coats is supposed to be amazing. E3 is supposed to be really good. Hey, is that 6 years actually? 72 months? I think it is. Hold up, we have to do a round of clappas, but first I gotta make sure my brush is empty. Because I don't want to waste paint. Thank you very much, though. We'll get to the clapping. That's what she said. Wait, no. Unless... No. That's a long time, dude. Thank you very much for the continued support over all the years. It is very much so appreciated. Thank you very much. Round of clappers for the symbol with the 6 years. Thank you. Thank you very much. One day, chat, you can grow up to be like Nasimble too. Now today might not be that day. But it can be that day, one day. Except if you're already past the 6-year mark. Like some of these absolute legends. Thank you, dude.
Today was that day 4 months ago, apparently.
Solifluction immediately 4-upping. Not even 1-upping, 4-upping it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You have a dream that one day you will be gifted 6 years of subs? Dude, I got chills all over my body. The best dreams I've ever heard of. That's like top 3 dreams of all time. It's up there with Martin Luther's, you know? 6 years worth of subs? Woo! The title says StarCraft 2 casting later. We are doing some StarCraft 2 casting later. I'm currently taking a bit of a break from laddering. I have been taking a break from laddering for quite a long time. Mostly because I enjoy, well, casting better than I enjoy playing right now. I also think in a weird way, it makes me a better caster when I don't play as much, which may sound a little bit weird. But I think I have a very good understanding of the game. And I notice when I play a lot, I get biased towards Zerg in particular. So I feel like I am more objective when I play less, which sounds maybe a little counterintuitive, but... my APM is still fine. I'm not having any APM issues. I can still get it up. My APM, that is. They need to sell pills for that shit, dude. Take a pill, 400 APM. It's the fastest you've ever played. I think they do sell those actually, but they're not entirely legal. Oh no! Ooh, I may have to super glue those back down. I just pushed this guy off. Super glue promised. maximum gluage. Turns out it was a lie. I'm brushing a little bit of pure lamium medium here, which is going to stain some of the harder to reach areas a bit, but considering this needs to be in the shadows anyways, I think if I can feather it out, it should be good. I'm trying to add a bit of a shade over there on his six-pack, on his ribs right over there. Your favorite caster was TB. You don't know if he ever played a game in his life? I played some games with TB. He definitely played. Okay. We just need to do the back and then the other arm. No, I think it was like diamond-ish, something like that. I don't remember exactly. Back then you didn't have to play that much though to be in Diamond League. These days Diamond League is actually really quite impressive. Diamond League's players are good. It was a little bit easier back in the day. Like if you've maintained in StarCraft 2 and Diamond League since like 2013 or whatever, you have gotten so much better since then. You're just kind of stuck in your, you know, same percentage bracket. But the skill level has gone up tremendously, so in general it's just, you know, it's not the same setup anymore. Especially if you play macro games in Diamond. You can still go pretty far playing very cheesy in StarCraft 2. This song has a banger solo, dude. Knowing the game theory and performance aren't always linked. Oh yeah, a lot of it is muscle memory. But also StarCraft 2 is very much so a strategy game the higher you climb. And knowing the right things and having the right muscle memory does not always result in doing the right things. Things like being patient and waiting until you get the right engagement. You may know all the theory. You may know what the best way of engaging is, But actually executing is also a very different story. Things like, some of it is also, I kind of feel like brain limited. A lot of it is practice, of course, but if you see the speed at which pro gamers can interpret scouting information, like I'm talking like less than 1/10 of a second. They look at a base and they're like, okay, this is what I'm playing against. It is extremely fast. Obviously, they're looking for very precise things. Like they will have the timing of the scout in mind and then the timing of what the opponent should be having in mind. But interpreting a situation and then doing the right thing, not just with scouting, but also with like micro and stuff. You see this from players like Clem currently a lot, where the way that he plays against, for example, disruptors, it is just on another level. He makes playing disruptors or playing against disruptors make the unit look like pretty, you know, pretty shit. Like he rarely takes damage from it. And just tracing all the different information and then reacting to it correctly when the fights are as fast as they are is very hard. Like a lot of it is practice, sure, but there's also certainly like an innate like talent, or it's not easy. What's up, Damage Bliss? I actually did not quite paint this entire section in. There's a couple of little hairs. That ain't it. Giant spludge. Let's soak that up. We'll go back to it in a bit. It's the back of the right arm. Can you guys help me remember in like 10 minutes that I need to go in there and paint the back of the right arm? Thank you very much, Damage Bliss, for tuning in again. Or as they say in the UK, tuning in it. Tuning in it, bruv. I think that's it. Sorry to the British viewers. I don't talk like that. You do. Okay, maybe not. You like hanging out in the chat? Ah, okay. Fuck that Lowko guy. The chat's pretty cool though. It's the first time I'm using this brush properly, by the way. This brush is pretty nice. Just dipping it all over. So it runs into the firm. Was I using the wood end of this brush before? No, I was using another brush. But good question, yeah. Using the wooden part of it would be suboptimal, but we could give it a shot. Okay. My paint is almost dry. I'm gonna have to make a little bit more. Tiny little bit more. My paint's gone dry, I'm wondering why I didn't mix more. Why am I cheap? I can't really know. Could have done another brush full. I don't like wasting paint, okay? Do I remember you? No! No idea. That's always an interesting question, man. I get that question like 3 times a week where people are like, hey, do you remember me? Lowko, remember me? Lowko, do you know who I am? That's how I picture. I picture that's how you sound like when you type those sort of things. Streamer? Do you remember me? That's how I picture it. Remember me? I was here before. Streamer? Sorry, you turn into an anime character real quick. Streamer must know I've been here before. I know how I can find out. I will ask him. Streamer? Have you been here before? Lowko doesn't even remember his viewers? Yeah. Seldaric? Yo, welcome Seldaric for your first ever stream. Welcome, dude. Hope you enjoy your stay. Lowko became so arrogant. I know. Most arrogant streamer out there. Hey Lowko, no, I'm new here. Welcome, welcome. The Pete Riar. Lowko, your toxic is showing? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mickey. Hey Mickey, are you new here too? Welcome, dude. The offline gift subs. Incredible. Okay, we're going back to Dirty Fingers. This stuff actually does take a little bit to dry, which is convenient. I'm gonna take it a little bit higher up. I do remember you, by the way. Yes, I do. Sorry for being toxic, but that is how I picture somebody sounds when you write that. Yeah, yeah. You appreciate the warm welcome. Is that mean? Was I being mean? Maybe I was being mean. Sometimes when I wonder to myself, am I being mean to my viewers? I just picture the Artosis stream for a little bit and it all goes away. I just, you know, I don't even have to close my eyes for it. I just picture the Artosis stream who's referring to his viewers sometimes as being bitches. Thanks, bitch, for this, you know, like, yeah. I don't feel so mean anymore at that point. I'm being too damn nice. Oh. I'm still surprised Artosis managed to foster a community that gives him thousands of dollars every month, trying to get him to crack a smile. It's kind of glorious. Yeah, it's abuse, but he gets paid for it really handsomely, so. The most interesting part about it to me is that oftentimes Artie isn't even paying attention to any of it. It's really just Twitch chat trying to entertain themselves, and this just happens to be the platform. Isn't that fascinating? They're not even really there for Artie. They're there for each other. It's like a Twitch chat gathering. I saw one that talked about Cortana and Master Chief and he couldn't stop laughing. Artie has a very interesting laugh when he can't stop. Okay, I think I'm gonna do some pure brown on the little rats. It's gonna make them a lot darker, but I think that'll be okay. So we want them to stand out a little bit. This is still relatively washy. It's technically a contrast paint, but Wildwood is definitely more... It definitely has more lamium in there. This makes the rats themselves a little bit more brown. Does look a little bit messy when I smear it all over, but trust the process. I'll have to be a little bit more cautious with the next one. So that one is sitting on the arm. Have I played More Time? I have not played More Time, no. I have heard good things about it. But I have not personally played it. We'll have to tidy some of these things up a little bit later on. Okay, we have another couple of rats over here. Just jamming some paint on those. I will have to tidy up the arms, or the horns rather, at a later time anyways. No reason to be too tidy. Honestly, maybe the little rats are going to take multiple attempts as well, because it is a little bit of... some of them are in pretty annoying little spots. Quite difficult to even see them all. I'm afraid I have missed one, because they're so small. Should be good. There is this rat here too. These couple of rats over here I'm gonna have to super glue back on. But I guess we can paint them on when they're a little bit browner. So I can do it all in one go. These just fell off. It's a little bit messy like this. You flip them over. There we go. Okay. They may require a second coat later. Glory to the horned rat! I see you're a fellow horned rat enjoyer. Very good. Yeah, I will do the tail in a different color. We'll just base coat it in right now because it's easy, but the tails are not gonna be the same color as the rest of the mini. These are actual miniatures. The actual guy is a maxiture more so than anything else. So many tiny rats, man. Ay, ay, ay. This This is one of those things that you don't notice when you first look at a miniature. You're like, oh yeah, there's a little rat. And then you're like, oh shit, there's another one. And then at some point you realize, oh shit. There's about 24 tiny little fucking rats. This is why they've invented contrast paints though, I would imagine. This stuff is perfect for running into all of those tiny, tiny recesses, which is exactly what we're trying to do. There's a good chance I'm gonna mess these up at a later time on accident anyways. So that's a bit of a downside, because fixing tiny little issues would require some color matching, but honestly, I feel like it might be better if I accidentally mess up one of the little rats to just paint the whole thing from scratch. Just base coat it again with the color we just used, which was that paratrooper tan. And then we wash it with this stuff again and we'll go from there. I feel like that would be a pretty reasonable way of doing it. There are also, there's that little cluster of tiny rats sitting right over there. Again, these we'll just paint to the best we can. Some of these are pretty much impossible to see, so I guess them being too detailed is not the main goal. Oh no, it's that song again, chat. The one with the lyrics. This is the one with the lady that's singing. Girls on stream? What if she says hello? Do we have to respond to them? Do we just awkwardly stand and stare? Not Mariah Carey, it's fine. All right, that's a good point. Why does he have so many rats? I think it's a disease. Awkwardly standing is your yeah, that's your speciality. Good, Draco. What do we think of the fingers? Do they have to be more yellow? They are looking pretty gross. I think I'm going to emphasize the effect one more time. Make them a little bit dirtier still. As a chain smoker? Yeah, we want them to look like a chain smoker. I'll glue this back on when this is dry. My fingers don't look that gross. I'm trying to be more like this prophet of the horned rat. That's my goal in life. I'll need to start growing some horns at some point, but it's an ambitious but worthy goal. Right. I just have to praise the horned rat. He will bless me. Okay. It's not as obvious on the other one. may actually do these nails a little bit different later on as well. Mostly because the nails are, I don't know if I want them to be yellow. Maybe. But I may change that. What do I think will be easier, the red part or the horns? The horns definitely will be easier. The skin is one of the harder, trickier parts. I feel like the cloth might be really tough as well. But, yeah. Okay. I think we made some good progress today, guys. Here we are. Gonna be wrapping it up. So, we did all of the furry parts. All of the draping furry bits. I think I will dry brush over that again at a later time when it's fully dried, but that's gonna take a little bit. I also want to add a little bit of like a black wash onto some of the longer hair to make it look like it's kind of like, you know, maybe almost like a little bit burnt. But we'll go around all of that again tomorrow. And we'll try to make it look a little bit grosser, but we'll have to let it dry fully now. But overall, we made some good progress. Oh, I did finish that arm, yes. Actually, I could do a little bit more of it. Thank you, Aker, for reminding me. I did a tiny little bit of it. I wanted to do a second coat. That's this section over here. I think that's more like 45 minutes ago, but... Thank you for the reminder. So my plan is to basically dry brush some of this color over it again. To bring it back to some of its original, but have all this darker color in the recesses. So we want to bring some of the... Maybe I'll do a slightly brighter color even. We'll have to see. Maybe some Flayed One Flesh? Yeah, we'll think about it. Looking at the different paints that I have. We could do a little bit of this, like an amber skin. Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be too close to the base skin. We may do a couple of it, but we'll see. Yeah, good. Is this dry yet? No, not yet. It's actually a little too washed. Let me try and see if I can maybe remove some of it. Just soak up a tiny bit of the excess. My strategy of painting it while it was lying on its belly was a very bad one. Don't recommend it. We can use a little bit of super glue for this though. Let me just take a dab of super glue here. A very small amount, but I'll glue it back in its original position. Am I planning on playing the new Hearthstone expansion? No. Is the new Hearthstone expansion a Battlegrounds expansion? I don't really care about non-Battlegrounds. I've given up on non-Battlegrounds years ago, man. Contested, or what is it, like the regular game mode is just, it's too expensive to play. I can't be bothered. I know they've made some changes as far as that goes, but ultimately they're just, regular Hearthstone is expensive, man. Can you chrono boost carriers? You mean for interceptor production? You can chrono boost Stargates, but not carriers themselves, no. It's a lot more free-to-play friendly. Is it really? Oh. Okay. I managed to get some of the yellow on my finger, but that's okay. Cool. I'm gonna go grab some clean water, we'll clean our brush. And then we'll continue tomorrow. Gamers, 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 gamers. I have been painting Vizzik Skour now for a bunch of hours. Nothing all too extreme. We're working on the skin. All of the skin. Yesterday I made nice yellowy fingernails. Nice and disgusting. That's exactly what we needed. And I also did all of the dark fur that is hanging off of the guy. It's a little bit glossy right now, but I think I'll throw a varnish over all of it a little bit later. We're gonna continue with the skin today. That is the plan. The skin needs to be a little bit more highlighted. The dark fur also needs to have a little bit of brightness back again, because it was kind of... It was a little bit, I don't know. It was a little bit too... I think it's a little bit too dark right now. Maybe it's not, but we need to bring a little bit of brightness back. Overall though, I think it's looking pretty good. We'll do some of that brightness with a bit of dry brushing. That's the plan. Let me see. I think I'll use a relatively small dry brush, because there's only so much we can do here. Main problem we run into here is that I don't want to get this on the skin, right? We don't actually want to get this on any of the actual skin here, so I need to be a little bit cautious with this. Then again, we're doing it right now because the odds of me fucking it up are not zero. So I'm taking the original color that I used before adding the wildwood, and we'll try and just get a little bit of moisture in the brush, but we'll try and just be nice about it. Want to wipe the majority of it off. Okay, let's see. Let's try over here first, I guess. I will do some manual highlighting too. But this is gonna make that lighter brown come through, and we're trying to get that dark brown to mostly settle in the recessed areas. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. Which should be quite good. Should be quite manageable. I have painted quite a few minis at this point. I'm not exactly sure how many. Definitely more than 5 though. Six. No, I don't really know. But I've been making a little bit of progress. I think every new one that I do is better than the last so far. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but it's we're making a little bit of progress, you know? Trying to get a little bit better at it. 2 to 5. 2 to 5. That sounds about right. Much like the spore crawler, you know? These holes in the skin on the back, I do want to make them look nice and gross. So these are supposed to be gaps in the skin here. I do need to make sure that they're going to be a different color here. So we use what we have right now as a base color, but should be fine. What's going on, Pete? Lowko Ross creating art live on stream. I've been really liking the mini painting, man. It's been really fun to stream as well. Glad that many of you also enjoy it. Or at least, you know, you decide not to go watch something else. I mean, there's nothing else to watch, don't worry about it. You stomach it. No, it seems like quite a few people are enjoying it. It's nice. Yeah, I like this. So this is making all of that dark fur a little bit brighter again. There's nothing else to watch. That's true, dude. You finished the internet. It's done. There's no more internet to watch. You don't like the painting streams that much? Oh, the only thing you don't like is because it discourages you from doing your own painting? Yikers. I guess I'll take that as a compliment, though. Thank you? I do want to add a little bit of that darker color as well in here, actually. I need to not forget about that. Okay. The dry brushing is so quick and so overpowered, it's insane. Makes such a big difference so quick. I think I'll be using this as well on all of the little rats. We've painted all those little rats that are all over the guy. What's going on, Louis? You love watching and painting along, but work is preventing you from doing that? Ay, ay, ay. Well, hey, at least it's Friday. I like the dry brushing, especially in areas that are really hard to reach. And these little rats are kind of tricky. So adding a nice little quick base coat like that, I mean, we could even just let this be it for the little rats eventually, I guess. But I mean, I want to have a different tail color. Maybe paint their noses or something, but we don't really need to add too much more to the little rats. Just a little bit of dry brushing goes a really long way. So it was base coat, then we shaded all of the recesses, and now we're bringing some of the brightness back again with a dry brush. That's basically the process. Don't even have to really get fancy here. Honestly, this is not very hard to do. You just gotta need to understand the technique a little bit. This isn't rocket science. This is watching a 20-minute YouTube video and then understanding what's up, you know? Should sing the Friday song. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I used to listen to Rebecca Black on stream every Friday. Everybody loves Rebecca Black. The greatest music that has ever been produced. But nowadays we can't do that anymore without everything getting muted. The Ice Cube Friday song? I don't know that one. I know the John Mayer one. Does the John Mayer one count? It's a Friday, you finally made it. Right? Like that, yeah. It's a pretty good song. Her lyrics really resonate with you? I get that, yeah. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. I think that's the strongest sentence, you know? Where she filled that entire void with fun, 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 fun. God, my favorite part of the Rebecca Black song. It takes a lot of advanced story and songwriting. It's not easy, man. These are the structural integrity rats right over here. The ones that connect the different parts. The horns. Prevent the horns from being too messed up. This is a sick mini, absolutely. It's a very large mini though. I don't even really know if it counts as a miniature. But it is very nice. You only play 40K? I don't play the games, man, I just paint. You can still paint miniatures from another universe, even if you don't play the game. I think that's allowed. It's a bit of a shame though, because all of the cool miniatures that they've come out with that I've seen over the last couple of years are all Age of Sigmar. That sounds like some dirty heresy. Yeah, I guess you're right. Just a little bit of a highlight as well on these little rats right over there.